What are you afraid of? Everyone experiences fear, but the difference between successful people and those who are not is that successful people feel the fear and do it anyway. Fear can hold people back from pursuing their dreams, so it's vital to identify fears and confront them head on. Fear can manifest in different ways, such as fear of failure, fear of success, fear of being alone, fear of change, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown, and fear of aging, among others. Take action towards overcoming them. It is important to embrace the feeling of fear and not let it control your actions. Instead, use it as an opportunity to grow and learn. Can't you make it go away? While it is natural to want to get rid of fear, trying to make it go away completely is not a realistic or effective solution. The key to overcoming fear is not to eliminate it, but to learn how to handle it and move forward despite feeling afraid. Fear is a natural and necessary part of life, and it cannot be eliminated completely. Shift your focus from trying to make fear go away to learning how to manage it effectively. Once you learn how to handle fear, you can become more confident and better equipped to face challenges. Pain to power principle suggests that pain, such as fear, can be transformed into power if we learn how to handle it effectively. By acknowledging and accepting our fears, we can learn to manage them and use them to our advantage. Accept the reality of fear and shift your focus from trying to make it go away to learning how to handle it effectively. Where do we get all those fears? Fears are learned responses that we acquire throughout our lives. Fears can be triggered by a variety of factors, including our upbringing, past experiences, and cultural conditioning. For example, we may have learned to fear failure or rejection based on messages we received from our parents or peers, or we may have developed a fear of public speaking after a negative experience in school. Fears can be reinforced by the stories we tell ourselves. When we focus on negative outcomes or worst-case scenarios, we can amplify our fears and make them feel more overwhelming. By recognizing the root causes of our fears, we can begin to challenge and change them, and develop a more empowered and positive outlook. The birth of a fear. Fears can be triggered by a single traumatic event, such as a car accident or a humiliating experience in front of others. However, fears can grow and become more intense over time, even if the initial trigger was relatively minor. Three key factors that contribute to the development and intensification of fears: negative self-talk, avoidance, and lack of information. Negative self-talk involves the negative thoughts and beliefs we have about ourselves, such as "I'm not good enough" or "I'll never succeed." Avoidance refers to the tendency to avoid situations that make us feel afraid, which can reinforce our fears over time. Lack of information refers to a lack of knowledge or understanding about the thing or situation we fear, which can make it seem more frightening than it really is. How to make the best decisions when you're afraid. Fear can often cloud our judgment and prevent us from making rational decisions. By adopting a more positive mindset and reframing our fears as opportunities for growth, we can begin to make more effective decisions. There are several strategies for making decisions when we are feeling afraid. First, focus on what you want rather than what you fear. By shifting our attention away from our fears and toward our goals, we can begin to make decisions that are aligned with our values and aspirations. Second, take a proactive approach to decision-making. Rather than waiting for circumstances to force us into making a choice, take control of the situation and make a conscious decision to move forward. Finally, take action, even if you are feeling afraid. By taking small steps toward our goals, we can build our confidence and overcome our fears over time. Procrastination, the thief of time. Procrastination is often driven by fear, particularly fear of failure or fear of success. By acknowledging these fears and reframing them as opportunities for growth, we can begin to break free from the cycle of procrastination. Overcoming procrastination is to develop a strong sense of purpose and motivation. By connecting with our deeper values and aspirations, we can tap into a powerful source of inspiration and motivation to get things done. Finally, embrace a growth mindset, rather than a fixed mindset. This means recognizing that we are capable of learning and growing, and that failure is simply a natural part of the learning process. The power and payoff of positive thinking. Our thoughts have a powerful influence on our emotions, behavior, and ultimately our outcomes in life. By cultivating a more positive mindset, we can begin to shift our perspective and approach to life in a more productive and fulfilling way. The first step in cultivating a more positive mindset is to become aware of our thoughts and the impact they are having on our emotions and behavior. Use positive affirmations to counteract negative self-talk and reinforce a more optimistic outlook. Practicing gratitude can help us cultivate a more positive mindset by focusing on the things we are thankful for in our lives. Visualization directing the movies of the mind. Visualization is a powerful tool for reprogramming our minds and creating positive change in our lives. By visualizing ourselves successfully navigating a challenging situation or achieving a desired outcome, we can begin to shift our beliefs and expectations, and ultimately increase our chances of success. To visualize effectively, we need to create a clear, detailed mental image of what we want to achieve. This can include visualizing ourselves successfully navigating a challenging situation or achieving a specific goal. To make our visualizations more vivid and compelling, engage all of your senses, including sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. Pairing our visualizations with positive affirmations that reinforce our desired outcome help to counteract negative self-talk. To get the most benefit from visualization, practice regularly, ideally once or twice a day. How to bust the critic that lives inside you. The inner critic is the voice inside our heads that tells us we're not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough to achieve our goals. This voice can be incredibly damaging, causing us to feel anxious, insecure, and stuck in a cycle of self-doubt. The first step in overcoming the inner critic is to become aware of it. By recognizing the negative self-talk and self-doubt as the voice of the inner critic, we can begin to distance ourselves from it and take control of our thoughts. Rather than allowing the inner critic to define us, reframe negative self-talk into positive affirmations. For example, instead of thinking I'm not good enough, we can reframe it as I am capable of learning and growing. To overcome the inner critic, practice self-compassion and treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend. To silence the inner critic, take action and face your fears. By taking small, manageable steps towards our goals, we can begin to build confidence and prove to ourselves that we are capable of achieving success. How to raise your self-esteem. Self-esteem is the foundation of a happy and fulfilling life. It is the belief in our own worth and value, and it is essential for building confidence, resilience, and a positive outlook. One of the biggest obstacles to self-esteem is negative self-talk and self-doubt. Challenge these beliefs by asking yourself if they are really true and look for evidence to the contrary. To build self-esteem, practice self-acceptance and embrace all aspects of yourself, both good and bad. Rather than dwelling on your weaknesses, focus on your strengths and accomplishments. By celebrating your successes and recognizing your talents, you can build confidence and self-esteem. To build self-esteem, set goals and work towards them. By setting achievable goals and taking action to achieve them, we can build confidence and a sense of accomplishment. To build self-esteem, take care of yourself both physically and emotionally. This includes eating well, exercising, getting enough sleep, and practicing self-care activities like meditation or yoga. Risking is better than regretting. Many people hold themselves back from pursuing their dreams or taking risks because they are afraid of failure or rejection. However, avoiding risk is actually more damaging in the long run because it leads to feelings of regret and unfulfilled potential. Overcome the fear of risk. Rather than viewing risk as something to be afraid of, reframe it as an opportunity for growth and learning. Rather than jumping into something completely new and unfamiliar, take small steps towards our goals. By breaking down big goals into smaller, manageable steps, we can build confidence and gradually work towards our goals. To build confidence and overcome our fear of risk, celebrate your successes and recognize our accomplishments. By acknowledging our progress and taking pride in our achievements, we can build confidence and motivation to continue taking risks. How to make every day a joyous celebration. Instead of avoiding fear, embrace it and use it as a motivator to take action. Focus on the present, practice gratitude, surround yourself with positivity, take action, and practice self-care. The whole enchilada, pulling it all together. Positive thinking. Visualization. Affirmations. Taking action. Self-esteem. Identify what you want, reframe your fears, develop a plan of action, take small steps towards our goals, celebrate your successes, and continually reinforcing positive habits and behaviors. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Subscribe to Illustrated Books for new books weekly.